Is the price of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market about to explode? Well, with this news, it might just do that. We've seen a small move up in the market. Bitcoin been on a rally recently. But this news, well, this might be pretty big. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. We bring you the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency. Check out some of the links in the description as well. And with that being said, make sure you smash the like button and let's take a look at what's going on. So here we are, currently in the cryptocurrency market. $1.28 trillion is our current market cap, 0.32% up. And that is actually starting to rally. You can see there, Bitcoin just marginally up in the last hour, hovering around that $34,500 mark, 18.15 on Ethereum. XRP just about to break 60 cents. But what are we talking about? Well, we need to wind back the clocks and talk about the spot Bitcoin ETF applications. Our recent rally has been down to expectation of these ETFs. Now, there's been a number of reasons why that is. And obviously, everyone is incredibly excited about when they come in. There is, just to be clear, a huge amount of money about to land in the cryptocurrency space once these do get approved. So here is what we know what was applied for: the VanEck, Valerie, Wisdom Tree, Investco, Bitwise, BlackRock, obviously the one that everybody awares of, and the application date in which they go in. Now, we know the SEC is delayed, so they're not going to look at it until January, but this news starts to get a bit interesting. So we know that the spot ETF application added to the DTCC list after BlackRock. Well, we know that BlackRock's ETF got its index number, its four-letter index code, so that you can kind of find it on any trading markets. And we do now know Investco and Galaxy Spot Bitcoin ETF has exactly the same. BTCO is the ticker that will be on there. So in addition to BlackRock, we now have this BTCO, the Investco and Galaxy Spot Bitcoin ETF, that has also now got its ticker, and they could even start seeding this ETF. Now, what's seeding, I hear you ask? It's when they've just put enough money in to basically get the Bitcoin, get it started. It's like starting an engine before the rest of the fuel and the accelerator turns on. So I think this is big news, and I don't see anyone else talking about this. Big news right now, because this, for me, tells us that we are that little bit closer to these being launched. I truly believe we would get one by the end of this year. But the other part that's very, very interesting is when. Look at this. BlackRock, June 15th. Investco, June 20th. BlackRock's gone first. Investco gone second. Do we therefore see Valkyrie, VanEck, Fidelity even starting to potentially get their tickers? If we do, then we know this is starting to really play out. And potentially, as this builds, we start to get even nearer to seeing some of these launch. Like I said, the Bitcoin market is rallying on the back of the expectation of these. And I think it's very, very interesting. It's claimed that the reason why BlackRock was removed from the list was that it wanted to be investigated because it attracted too much attention. And Gary Gensler obviously will never give it up. He even wished Bitcoin a happy birthday today. But again, we do know that BlackRock was taken off and then put back on. And then on top of that, we then get the Investco and Galaxy Spot Bitcoin ETF. So what does it all mean? If you're invested in cryptocurrency, you're pretty new to the space, and you don't really know what this whole ETF situation is all about, well, let me try and explain it for you in just a little bit. And this is the potential that it has. So a lot of people are predicting a $150,000 Bitcoin come next year. Now, whether we'll get it Jan 10th, I don't know. But if these ETFs are launched, remember, these are exchange traded funds. You can buy cryptocurrency, but it's held in a fund and you gain profits based on the share price of that fund. Now, there's 1,000,001 ETFs that run at the minute. Obviously, this is a big deal for cryptocurrency. These are big players, and these are for institutions, not retail investors. So unless you've got a cool couple of million sticking around, if not tens of millions, you're probably going to struggle. But this is why people are excited. $150,000 due to the increased institutional demand. It's an important point to make that actually we're seeing institutions want to get in. They want to invest in cryptocurrency. They want to take some of the potential that this market truly has. What it does allow us, therefore, to do is go into a more regulated standpoint. It allows adoption. It allows people to be aware of it. And I think that can only be a positive thing. Since BlackRock's involvement in the SEC's positive gestures are promising indications for the ETF approval, causing a surge in the Bitcoin price. And we can take a look at that. This was obviously on the expectation when the BlackRock indexed on that DTCC, and we got that strong move there on the 4 hours. And we have actually just been consolidating now, but actually this is a slight upward trend. And we've seen this with Bitcoin. We actually got a really good spike candle on the last 24 hours to finish in the green, and we move into the next 4 hour just marginally down as we tipped into a new day here. But look at this bull trend. There was a reversal on the buy, starting to come up to the upside. We're in a key part of volume right now in this kind of box, up to about 34,785. If we can get that break above that, we might be in for some pretty interesting moves. We have to go quite far back and probably come out onto the daily just to get a bit of a view as to where we sit. But you can see a lot of indicators now starting to move significantly to the upside, and definitely going to give us a real potential. Now, what you've got within this mix as well is where you look at where this really pumped. This was here. This was the bullish divergence we got when the shorter time frame crosses the longer time frame, and then a breakout above, and actually everything looking pretty good and pretty bullish. If we go out a little bit further, just to give you a view on the weekly, well, we have that same sentiment on a slightly higher time frame. So here you go. There's 100 on the light blue line. The yellow is the 50. The yellow is the 100. The yellow is a 50-day EMA. Blue, light blue being the 100. The 200 is this light green line, and we do have another bullish divergence here where we see this cross on the shorter time frame over the longer time frame. Could signify again another strong move as everything starts to push to the upside. RSI is slightly overbought, so do be mindful of that, but this could signal a very good week. Look at this move on the last week for Bitcoin, likewise the week before. Could we be in the same realm if we were to get a similar kind of move? If you think the last week we did about 15% on Bitcoin, thinking about where we currently sit. Now, if we were to get another 15% move, it's going to take us significantly up, hovering around that $40,000 mark, which is what I predict by the end of the year. So do you think a 40K Bitcoin is on the cards over the coming next week or two? Quite possibly, if we continue in this upward trend. I think a lot of people speculating on what's coming. A lot of people are excited about what's coming. But as ever, let me know in the comments, do you think we're seeing an ETF this week? I'm always interested to know. Let me know your views, as ever, down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We bring you the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency. And if you want to get your own Bitcoin or trade futures, check out the link from XC in the description. Some great cheap fees and some fantastic offers. As ever, thank you so much for watching this video. Let's see Bitcoin at 40K. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.